So the first thing I love about living here part-time is I get fresh croissant every morning. So the boulangerie is literally 20 paces away from my front door. So I'm gonna go get myself some croissant. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
I got my croissant. I'm so good. Hey, this is Editing Jakar here. I forgot to mention just the food in general. The quality of the food is a huge pro. I know that the food that I eat here doesn't mess with my digestive system the way it does in the United States because they don't put a lot of garbage in their food here. They keep that stuff out, all those additives and preservatives and all that. They keep all that out of their food. They have way more focus and attention on fresh quality ingredients, and that's what makes their food so delicious and so enjoyable. I know that when I go to the supermarket, even if I do get something that's a little bit more processed, it's not going to have all the crap that we have in the United States in our food. So I just wanted to mention that since I was mentioning the pastries and the croissant and all that. So yeah, they don't add all that unnecessary garbage to their foods. Now, if you want some of that kind of food, they have that here too, but that is not the standard. The standard is the higher quality of food, and I am so appreciative of it. So let's talk about a con. A con for me, and it's only because I am new to this country, is that I haven't learned to speak the language very well. I know certain words, I know certain things, and if someone speaks to me, I can kind of figure out what they're saying for the most part. Now, I do oftentimes say, quoi, or, just ask them to repeat themselves because they speak really fast and it's hard to pick up words. So if I can pick up a couple of words, I can figure out from the context what they're trying to say. However, if I want to say something, if I'm trying to communicate, it's very difficult for me because I don't have the skills, the language skills to say what I need to say. Now, of course, I have a translator on my phone, and I just generally, if it's something really important, like for instance, I had to take the renovation trash to the trash dump. I couldn't just put that in the garbage can. I had to take it to the dump. Now, in order to do that, I have to have a registration tied to my access to the dump, car registration. And I have a rental car, so I don't have the car registration that is connected to it. So I had to go to the mairie, who is like the administrator of the town, like kind of like the mayor's office, right? And they had to print something that said that I was able to get access to the dump because I do actually have a home here and I do live here part-time. So, but when I did that, I had to like type out on my little translator what I wanted to say and then play it for the mairie, so that the secretary of the mairie, and she got it right away. And yeah, if it's something super important, I either have to have somebody translate for me or have to have somebody who speaks English to help me understand what's going on. So yeah, that is a con for now. But as I start to learn more and take more lessons and get more proficient at saying things, it should be easier. Now, who knows how long that'll take. It may take a year, it might take 2 years, it may take 5 years. I don't know, but I'm going to continue. In fact, I've made it a priority to learn French. All right, you guys. So number two reason why I love being here is the weather. The weather is so nice. It's always like, it doesn't, I mean, it gets a little cold in the winter time. I haven't been here like in the winter. I think I got here like in March, like beginning of March, and it was like in the 60s, high 50s, low 60s, but it was sunny. We do get some gloomy days and we do get some rain, but for the most part, it's like this sunny, and especially from like late April up until like early November, it's sunny and in the 70s. So high 60s, low 70s, and obviously in the summer it gets to like the 90s. It gets really hot, but yeah, I love the weather here, and this is one of the reasons I picked this region. So the next pro for being in this area is the beautiful landscape. It is so beautiful. I had to pull over to the side of the road so you could see the mountains in the background. That's my town there. And the vineyards here. There's a vineyard here, there's a vineyard on the other side, and it's just beautiful, you guys. I mean, every time I come here and I come down this road to my town, I just get overwhelmed with all of the beauty, and I just feel so grateful. And this is just one of the many reasons I picked this area. For this next con, I'm in the appropriate place, because for me, a con of being in this area is that I am not used to the twisty, windy roads and how dark it is at night when I'm driving here, because I'm in the countryside. Of course, there's not very many lights and things. So for me, with my terrible eyes, and it's harder for me to see at night, especially driving at night here, it can be hazardous for me, because I'm not used to the roads, and then I'm not used to being in such pitch blackness all the time. So, and then a lot of the roads are really narrow, so you don't know if somebody's coming until they come, and you can see their headlights. So that's kind of scary to me. It's something I just have to get over. I'm just now getting used to like driving certain places without having to use my GPS, because I would get lost otherwise. But I can get to certain stores without having to use GPS, and I'm getting used to the roads and all the twists and turns and curves and ups and downs. And I'm from Chicago, everything's flat and it's always a grid system, so it's just pretty straightforward. But here it is not that. And also I'm used to being in the city and driving in the city as opposed to driving in the country, so that is another thing I have to get used to. So it's a con, but it's really just a matter of getting adjusted to it. And I think the more I come and the more I spend time here, I will get adjusted. Another pro of being in this part of France is that you are literally only a few miles from the beach, about 20-25 minutes from the beach at any point in time. It's pretty awesome. That's why I picked this part of France, because I wanted to be near the sea. This is actually the Mediterranean Sea. And yes, so at any point in time you want to be in a big city, you can be in a big city. If you want to be by the beach, you can be by the beach, or you can be in a quiet village, which is where I live. The other thing that I think is a positive is that there's something called cafe culture here where people sit out and they talk and drink coffee and or tea or just have a aperitif or something, and they may eat croissant or pain au chocolat, whatever, but they are socializing, people watching, and basically enjoying each other's company. So I think that's a great positive. It helps people stay connected. And from where I live, it's hard to be connected to people sometimes because, we're all kind of just running around doing our thing, and it's not like a priority. I know for me, it's hard to open myself up to people to do that, but here it's not as hard to do that because that's the culture, that's what people expect, and that's what people practice here. So you can consider this a pro or a con depending on the type of person you are. I am a very private person. Well, private in the sense that I'm introverted and I like to have my privacy at home and stay home. So if when you're a person like that, it takes a little bit more. It takes more effort to make friends, to meet people, and so it can get kind of lonely here. Luckily, I have met a few people that have been very friendly towards me, and one person in particular who's really shown me around and all the ins and outs of trying to live here and the day-to-day stuff you need to take care of, like garbage disposal and where to go grocery shopping, that kind of stuff. So for me, it's more difficult because I am introverted, to meet people and to actually feel less lonely here. I do miss my family when I'm here. I miss my mother. I miss my daughter. I miss my animals. So it would be nice to have somewhat of a familiarity, someone around me that I know, that I feel comfortable with. But it is what it is. And I try to make the adjustment. I think over time, I will have more people come and stay with me once I get the apartment up to a level where I can have guests. So one of the pros for me also is the architecture, which is something that I'm really drawn to, especially old churches. I love them. I definitely love going to every town and seeing what their church looks like and all the old buildings, and it's just always so fascinating to me and so picturesque in many ways. So yeah, I love this church. So another thing I wanted to say regarding the sense of community here, being in this small village, people do really look out for each other. Even people like me, and pseudo immigrant, I say that because I'm only here part time, but I was out shopping and we ran into some people who lived here in the town who also immigrated here. And they were so willing to help me move furniture. I had no way of getting the furniture here on my own. I didn't have a van or anything like that, but they had a van and they totally helped me move my furniture back to the village and just things like that. People who I'm still trying to get like the plumbing and everything fixed here, and having people connect you with people who can help you. And yeah, there's definitely a greater sense of community here. And I wish I had more of that back at home, but I really, really appreciate it while I'm here, especially being a single woman, immigrant here. It's nice to know that you can help, ask for help and people actually want to help you. That's it, you guys. That's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed me discussing my pros and cons of living here in the south of France. And I hope maybe you come here one day and experience all of the pros for yourself and hopefully none of the cons. But anyway, I think overall this place is just beautiful and wonderful, and I'm so blessed and I feel so grateful to be here at this time. So I'm going to sign off, and I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are. And in the meantime, I'll see you later.